Hello and welcome to our little show that we do on Wednesday nights. More than just a game. I'm rolling with that name. That's going to be the name of the show. It's more than just a game. Presented by Rockwall Ford, who is our one of our big sponsors. We do the show live here every Wednesday. So come on out if you're looking in the market for a new vehicle, truck or SUV. Rockwall Ford, shop the rock. RockwallFord.com. We can't thank Jeff Hicks and his staff enough for everything that they've done for us. It's been incredible. It's been an amazing journey. We truly are blessed. And we're here. We're doing another show. I think this is our third show of the fall semester. So we're really excited. All sorts of sports going on right now with football. Cross country is started up with some schools. Tennis, of course, volleyball, and it's going to get rocking and rolling with basketball. That's going to be get really crazy for us as if it's not crazy enough. But we are making our way around all the different schools, and we're having a blast doing it. My schedule. I looked at my schedule. Of course, I can't avoid it. It's at home. It's this huge calendar, and I've got everything color coded on. It's funny. Family events that I must be at that I can't miss, and then different colors for events that I'll personally be at, and so it's just craziness right now. But we're having a blast doing it, and we hope you guys are enjoying the content that we're putting out. We're going to get a lot more out. I have a social media manager that starts September 1, so this week, but Monday really we'll get rolling with it, and she's gonna make sure that I'm getting all the information out. I tend to I get out to these events and I take so much video, or we have people that are working and they send me video, or parents. Thank you. Keep sending the information. They send us stuff, and I just sometimes I don't get to it, and so now I'm gonna have somebody that's gonna help me make sure that all that information gets out to everyone, and all the videos and stuff that I work on that sometimes I just forget to get out. 2, 3 in the morning. Sometimes you just the next morning you forget to share what you worked on all night. So I'm looking really forward to bringing her on board tonight. Tonight's it's going to be a fun show. We've got a packed show. We're going to go till after 7 o'clock. So hang in there with us. At about 10 minutes, not even 10 minutes, about 5 more minutes. I'm going to take a quick break. We've got some new sponsor announcement, a new sponsor to come in, and it's a big one, and it's surrounding the Jackson Smith and Jigba Award. We have a presenting sponsor that we're really excited about, and obviously the award goes to the Rockwall County Game Day Football Player of the Year, Mr. Oh my goodness, from Roy City, Sam Mitchum. His name almost slipped my mind. He was our winner last year and received a scholarship, and of course we'll have a finalist from each school that is covered here. So Dallas Christian, Heritage Christian, Roy City, Rockwall, and Rockwall Heath will get a finalist from each school. And then if you didn't follow it last year, it will fall into the hands at that point to a panel of voters, and the voters are media members. They are not affiliated with any of the schools. They don't live in Rockwall County. Some are they're spread out across the state, and so I send it to them, and they factor in a lot more things than just stats. Stats really for this award get you to the finalist area. After that, though, we really look at who the individual kid is, and we get an email from the coach. We get a write up. We bring each young man in here individually, and we do an interview with them. And based off of those two things, and then factoring in, of course, some stats, they vote on an eventual winner. Of course, Jackson will get a vote, obviously, and last year, we were really excited. I think 3 out of the 5 votes went to Sam Mitchum, and so that was really cool to see. We'll do the same thing this year, and we'll crown a winner. But that will be our first guest tonight. Our presenting sponsor, him and his wife, they will come on set and we're going to talk a little bit about the award. Then after them, following them, we have Rockwall Volleyball. Rockwall Volleyball will be on around 5:30, maybe just a little bit after, and then around 5:45, I believe it is going to be Dallas Christian Volleyball. Dallas Christian Volleyball will be on with us. The girls have a big win last night in Cato Mills. Of course, Cato's a 4A school. They were 13-3. They're a good squad, so that was a big win for the Lady Chargers. Around 6 o'clock, or just after 6:05, myself, Kevin Wingfield, and maybe James Branch. He's driving in from Austin. So the three of us, we're going to sit here and talk about Week 1 football. We were all at games this past weekend, and then we're going to talk about some other stuff that's going on in the district with other teams and things like that. So plenty of football talk for a solid 45 minutes or so coming up around 6. And then we're going to end our night with Roy City football. Roy City football will be in the house. They are sending a few players. I'm not sure if Coach Petroff will be in, but we're gonna catch up with the Bulldogs tonight. And of course, they had a big win on the road, a great way to start their year. And coming off a successful year in their first year of 6A football last year, of course, getting into the playoffs and doing a little bit of damage in the playoffs. So we look forward to catching up with Roy City. I got to thank all our sponsors right now, Sign Mart, everything that they do for us, Vice Henley and Dilbeck, attorneys at law, Tucker Roofing, of course, Rockwall Ford, Hudson Financial Group, 7AR, Clubhouse Academy, all the good things that Aldre and Robinson Chirinos are doing. Of course, Jet Williams, who is a product of 7AR, of Aldre, and really so many others, his family, and he's killing it with the Mets right now, and high A, got promoted to high A. I'm just waiting on the news. I'm not even really sure what the Mets are waiting for to promote him to Double A, because he's absolutely killing it over there. So of course, we're a big Jet Williams fan, and of course, everything that he's done for Rockwall County Game Day. Of course, the Jet Williams Award, is something that we look forward to start hyping up again in the spring. That was a huge success. So everything that's going on with all of the in the sports world, we're gonna try and catch you guys up on everything in a short amount of time, because 2 hours goes by really quick. I've already been just rambling on for 8 or 9 minutes already. So lots of good stuff. Did you guys see? Can you believe that the Dallas Cowboys, they bring in Trey Lance, I believe, a quarterback that did not do very well at San Francisco, and I'm not really sure how I feel about it. Of course, if you watch the show, you know how big of a Dak Prescott fan I am. Dak Prescott over Tony Romo any day. I've said it many times, and my partners up here, Kevin and James, they roll their eyes every time, and they wonder why they're even on this show when I say things like that. But hey, I'm here my sports opinions are my own. So I'm just a Dallas Cowboy fan and a Dak Prescott fan, obviously. Okay, let's do this. Let me take a quick break. Appreciate everyone tuning in. Please share it. I've got some big news coming up in about 2 or 3 minutes. So don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
Rockwall Ford is a proud sponsor of Rockwall County Game Day. Shop the Rock and score game-changing savings on our all-American lineup of new Fords. Shop our entire inventory online at rockwallford.com or build your truck your way at preordermyf150.com.
I'm a I'm a one-to-one, I could never be you. Low me tools, no, I can't be fooled. Low me tools, no, I hate these dudes. I'm a one-to-one, I could never be you. Anything you could do, I can do better. I can do better than you. Anything you could do, I can do better. I can do better than you. Drop my first single, let go, he rap. You thought it was a drought, that's cap. I get the If it's less than a check, say less. If you can say it best, say less. I'm taking all best, say less. Talking too much, say less. If it's less than a check, say less. If you can say it best, say less. I'm taking all best, say less. I'm a one-to-one, I could never be you. Little me tools, no, I can't be fooled. Little me tools, no, I hate these dudes. I'm a one-to-one, I could never be you. Anything you could do, I could do better. I can do better than you. Anything you could do, I could do better. I can do better than you. Yeah, I could never borrow from no man. How you talking ownership and no land? I got my roll on, now I'm rolling. I drive all my cars like they're stolen. You got on and put your homies out for ransom. I got on and put my homies on the program. Girls hit me in my DM tryna link up. I leave them on wreck and get a no jam. I'm a one-to-one, I could never be you. Little me tools, no, I can't be fooled. I'm a one. I'm a one.
One, and we are back, and we are live here at Rockwall Ford, and I'm really excited, and I'm honored to be able to introduce Danny and Misty Perez, the owners of M&D Real Estate, a new partnership for Rockwall County Game Day, and of course our presenting sponsors for the Jackson Smith and Jigba Award. I know you guys are excited. I'm excited about it, and it's gonna be so much fun. But first, thank you for being part of this, and thank you for being here. And yeah,
absolutely,
it's gonna be fun.
Absolutely, we're excited.
Yeah, I want to start, Misty. I just kind of want to give me some background here about you two, and you obviously live in the area, and you guys are everywhere in the community. But yeah, just fill us in a little bit about you guys.
Yeah, well, I'm Misty and my husband Danny, and we're founders of M&D Real Estate. We're just super excited to be here today, to be part of the community a little bit more. We love sports. We have watched our kids play sports here in Rockwall ISD all through their years. So we've got senior and junior ourselves at Heath. But we love the Jackets too.
Sorry.
Yeah, that got loud.
Yeah, sorry.
My
my wife texted me, and she's like, the volume's low. So
There you go.
she's on it.
She's
like,
on it.
Yes,
Your
yes,
producer.
yes, absolutely.
That's awesome. So yeah, just super excited and honored to be able to be asked to be a part of this. When Danny told me about it, I lit up just because, it's a special award. It's awesome to see what Jackson's done, and we're looking forward to his career taking off. And I actually went to school with both of his parents at Mesquite High School way back when. So it's just really an honor to be able to give back in his honor and to some awesome athlete this year.
I brought it up
Yeah.
to his parents, and they remember. Yeah,
That's awesome.
Yeah. So that's awesome. Welcome, and I look forward to just getting to know you guys a little bit more and growing the relationship. Danny, obviously, family's first, but aside from that, you got a business that both of you you promote really well, and
Thank
you're
you.
obviously in the community and helping people out with their needs for real estate stuff. Can you tell us a little bit about M&D? How did you guys get started?
Sure. Well, it's kind of a story. So, I had a career in oil and gas. We owned an oil and gas company, and actually started investing in real estate. So we were investing in real estate, using real estate agents, and I really felt like there was a void of service. And so ultimately, that's, that void of service is what's triggered everything that we do at M&D Real Estate and how we do it, why we do it. I started off as a real estate agent, and now we are excited and thankful to we have 3 offices. We have an office here in Rockwall, one in Forney, and one in Royce City. Got another one coming probably here soon by the end of the year in Wiley, and we're just super excited about being involved. Number one, partnering with you and the Jackson Smith in Jigba.
Yep.
I got it. I got it.
He-
I was
we need a
practicing
round of
that.
applause.
If those that watching the show and watch me, I butcher every single name out there. So hey, listen, good job on getting
Danny
it.
normally does,
Yes,
so
yeah.
that is
Yes,
really
I got it.
impressive.
I practiced.
People ask me my last name, and I'm like, how do you pronounce it? I'm like, Pena? I don't know.
Well, we're
I-
the same.
yes.
Perez, Perez,
Yes,
Perez.
exactly, exactly.
So we get it too.
Well, and it's super exciting. I saw Jackson playing actually at Rockwall against Heath. My daughter was a cheerleader at the time, and I remember seeing him just run across the field, and that guy just he was just he came from something else.
Yeah.
You know, the guys he just bounced off of them, and you knew there was something special there. So to be lined with him and you and be able to really give whoever I'm sure is going to be well deserving of the award and be a part of that and promote football athletics here in the community is something we love to do, as you know, and serve the community, really serve the community, give back to the community. It's part of our culture at M&D Real Estate. It's a huge part of our culture, M&D. You know, what we do at M&D Real Estate, we do residential transactions, commercial transactions, and property management. So our whole vision and what is happening is we want to have one place where you can go get served well in your real estate needs, no matter what it is. And we have different dedicated teams, systems, and processes for each one of those divisions of our company to give you a 5-star service. Like, that's our promise, and that's what we really strive. We're not perfect, but that's what we strive to do at M&D Real Estate. We really feel like we're not a real estate brokerage, we're a real estate firm, in that we want to treat others with professionalism and just take care of their real estate needs no matter what they are.
Yeah,
so that's what we do.
Yeah, I think it's awesome. I've followed you guys for a long time. You know, when you do the awesome giveaways and stuff like that, where you
pick Louis Vuitton.
Pick a number or pick a name.
Idea, by the way.
I never won, but I was, I'd get involved, and then when you would do the podcast, you'd be in studio, and y'all would do, and then
real talk.
Yes, and you guys would but more than that, and what's really exciting for me and for Rockwall County Game Day, because obviously our goal is to highlight student athletes and even coaches, and just share stories that are going on in the community. And it's not always about the star player or the marquee sports, like if I can even say that, but football, that we're in Texas, so it is what it is. We try to highlight athletes in other sports and in other activities. We've had debate team up here from DC before.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. It's but to be able to find a company that's in in line with our vision as far as just being part of the community and servicing and giving back, and just to be able to partner with you guys, it's really awesome. And I know Jackson, he's very appreciative, and we're. He's a busy guy, obviously, but he makes time. And when I approached Jackson with this idea and his family, it's funny. Quick little story. I had this idea, and I thought that I was texting his mom, and I accidentally sent it to Jackson. So Jackson was like blown away. He was like, "Wow, there's gonna be an award under my name."
Awesome.
And it was supposed to go to his parents to kind of like get permission. Hey, what do you think? And so it went to him
Too
first.
late.
But they were super excited about the idea, and we look forward to growing it this year and years afterwards, and we're super excited that you guys will be part of the Jackson Smith and Jigbo Award, and M&D Real Estate and Rockwall County Game Day will be in the same sentence.
Yes.
And we're going to have some fun this year for sure.
Awesome. Well, we're honored to be able to do it,
absolutely.
and thank you for asking
Yeah.
us. And we're mutually excited.
Yeah,
100%.
it's going to be a blast, and I can't wait to see what you guys bring to the table too. The other part is just like growing. I mean, the way you guys have a marketing department, you have a team that can do some incredible things. So I look forward to just kind of leveraging all that together and seeing what we come up with. It's going to be really cool.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Same here.
Thank you so much.
You bet.
Yeah, we will. We'll talk again soon. Obviously, we hope to have you guys on set again. To be friends of the show, and
Sure.
and just
Absolutely.
get caught up with some of the stuff going on. But thank you guys again for being part of this.
You bet.
Absolutely.
You bet.
Thank you.
Thank you,
So
Chris.
there you go. M&D Real Estate. As you can see, their information's on the screen. We got a little graphic up, and we'll be talking more about now we have a presenting sponsor, about the the Jackson Smith and Jigbo Award, the Rockwall County Game Day Football Player of the Year, and kind of the criteria. We're going to give it one more week for some stats to build up and for us to see all the teams before we really start talking about individual players. And I know the coaches they hate that because this is a team game, but hey, that's what we do on this side. We talk about we look at rankings and we talk about individual stats.
That'll be fun.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we do, I see Coach in here with and a few of the girls, the Rockwall volleyball team. We're going to catch up with them. Don't go anywhere. Thanks for the support. Let's play this new MND spot that we have.
But 100% like in our corner.
Very thorough. They cover everything. They're there for you every step of the way.
It was just great. I felt really taken care of.
Hardworking, trustworthy, and very, very effective.
Rockwall Ford is a proud sponsor of Rockwall County Game Day. Shop the Rock and score game-changing savings on our all-American lineup of new Fords. Shop our entire inventory online at rockwallford.com or build your truck your way at preordermyf150.com.
I'm a one. I'm a one. I'm a 1-to-1. I could never be you. Low me tools, no, I can't be fooled. Low me tools, no, I hate these dudes. I'm a 1-to-1. I could never be you. Anything you could do, I could do better. I can do better than you. Anything you could do, I could do better. I can do better than you. Drop my first single, let go, he rap. You thought it was a drought, that's cap. I get the front and I get the back. Lil Uzi the facts, like that's a rack. Bought some new boots just to wear 'em out. Bought a new Beamer, I run it to the ground. I used to say nothing, I bet they hear me now. Handle my business, no need to hear me out. Talking too much, say less. If it's less than a check, say less. If you can say it best, say less. I'm taking all best, say less. Talking too much, say less. If it's less than a check, say less. If you can say it best, say less. I'm taking all best, say less. I'm a 1-to-1, I could never be you. Low me tools, no, I can't be fooled. Low me tools, no, I hate these dudes. I'm a 1-to-1, I could never be you. Anything you could do, I could do better. I can do better than you. Anything you could do, I could do better. I can do better than you. Yeah, I could never borrow from no man. How you talking ownership and no land? I got my roll on, now rolling. I drive all my cars like they're stolen. You got on and put your homies out for ransom. I got on and put my homies on the program. Girls hit me in my DM tryna link up. I leave them on wreck and get a no jam. I'm a 1-to-1, I could never be you. Low me tools, no, I can't be fooled. I'm a one. I'm a one.
All right, we're back, and this segment's brought to you by Tucker Roofing. We appreciate John Tucker and everything that they do for the show. We are delighted to be joined by Coach Ferguson and a couple of his girls from the Rockwall Yellow Jackets varsity volleyball team. Coach, thank you. We finally got you on.
Well, thanks for having us.
I know you've said yes a couple of times, and my butter hands, I guess you could say. Yes, destroyed things last week, but here we go. The Lady Yellow Jackets and Coach Ferguson. Coach, let's start off by doing this. You get a big win yesterday, and you know I personally don't. I talk about it a lot. I don't put a lot of stock in preseason because that's what I call it. District starts, right? But when you have a big win like that against a team that's ranked and you guys understand what the task is, how good is it to see the team respond?
Well, we talked about it on Monday. Really, we kind of think about our season in 3 phases. And really for us, the preseason is the first 4 weeks that kind of wraps up with the end of tournament season. So we were down in Austin last weekend, had our last of 3 pretty grueling tournaments. And we're still, 3 matches out from district starting, but we shift kind of to that district mindset of first 4 weeks, we're just trying to figure out who we are. And last night's match was, right now we're playing to win.
Right.
And to be able to come out in that first match and have some success, especially on the road at Allen, which is a tough place to
Right.
play, was a great night for us.
Yeah, it's a good night for a lot of people because we're tired of Allen and everything that they do out there. Because yeah, but Coach, you talk. Yeah, to your point. I mean, now's the time. You can't just flip a switch when you want to start learning how to win, right?
Sure.
You need to start prepping for that. So you're a few games out from district, and to this point, what is anything surprise you about this year's squad? Or is they've kind of met the expectations.
We talked about this morning. Since day one, they've just shown a tremendous amount of composure. So whatever situation we find ourselves in, no one really gets rattled. They're really steady. So it's nice to go out on the court and know what to expect from one another.
It's also got to be nice a little bit, and we'll talk about individual accolades, but to see the girls have reach some milestones, and we've seen the posts, but just how much do you enjoy that as a coach to see your athletes in this program, do some things that others before them they set the bar, and then to see them go above it?
Yeah, it's really cool. I just in the last few days kind of reached out to the last, I think, 5 classes. Thanked them for everything they did, kind of establishing the culture and building things for us, checking in on them, seeing how they're doing, and letting them know that the program's in really good hands. Gabby and Jaylee are 2 of our captains, and they are, they've taken the mantle and they're running with it. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's got to be awesome to see, and it's just it's about building the legacy of the program and about setting the bar high for the underclassmen that are coming up. So it's really cool. Let's move over to Gabby, and first off, congratulations on the year that you're having and the milestones that you're reaching. But more importantly, the team looks to be in good spirits, and it starts with the leadership and the captains. Can you just talk about your role this year as a captain on this team?
I would definitely just say just like providing energy in that like sense of like just like leadership on the court, because somebody has to like be that figure that like somebody like looks up to, or like when you're not having a good game or like something's going wrong, like I know that I can turn to this person and they're gonna like be supportive or be like, hey, you got the next ball, like that kind of thing. And so I feel like I've kind of had to step in that role and like on the court, like you got the next one, like come on, like let's go. So yeah.
How important is it to know your team when you're in a leadership role, especially how you can everybody's different, right? Everybody's got different personalities and everybody's got a different way of being approached. How difficult is it to just make sure that you kind of tend to people's needs and understand, what's going to motivate them to get to the next level?
It's definitely hard, but at the same time, like we're all so close. So like I know everybody like individually. And so it's like I know like if I'm gonna go to this person, I need to be this way. Like and it just like clicks right when I go to this person. So it's just that's what makes it easier, just knowing everybody.
Yeah, no, you've got to build that team chemistry, right? And that it goes a long way. Let me ask you about on the court, the play and things like that. How much fun is this group to play with this year?
It's crazy. Like we get so fired up. Like it's insane. It's so fun. Like we have so much fun. We love it.
This group, they've you lose some players last year. That's the nature of high school sports, right? Some seniors move on, but this group seems to just be picking up where they left off, and just how proud are you of the leadership on this team?
I'm so incredibly proud of everybody, because it's like last year, like we had high expectations to fulfill, like coming into this year, obviously, and it's like every single person on the team has just stepped in to fulfill that role of like whoever was here last. Like we want to not only like step into that role, but just be better. Like. Yeah. Exceed the expectations.
Yeah, 100%. We were talking with the Lady Yellow Jackets, a volleyball team, who are just a few games away from starting district play, and that's when things get fun. It's a very competitive district, to say the least, and it's got to be good to get a win last night against a really good team to kind of let you know where you're at in the season. So, Coach, just before we move on to Jaylee, can you just kind of elaborate on Gabby here, and who she is as and what she means to your program.
Well, this is Gabby's third year starting on the varsity for us. She's the quarterback of our team as our 5-1 setter. She's got the full reins. She calls all the plays. She runs the show completely. And it's been really neat just to watch her over the course of 3 years just get exponentially better every time she walks on the court. And then especially this year where she's running a 5-1. She's never coming off the court. She's having to do things in the front row that she's really never done before. And she hasn't shied away from it all. I think she had 2 stuff blocks against really good outside hitters last night from Allen. She's figuring out how to score, figuring out how to run the offense differently when she's in the front row. She's just a neat kid.
That's all. I'm shaking my head at Coach, like I understand what a 5-1 is, and and what the setters are and all that stuff. But what I'm gathering is she's solid for you, and she just kind of runs the team. That's the quarterback, like you said. I can understand quarterback. So
absolutely.
Yeah. Let's move on to Jaylee. Jaylee, this year, as you guys get set for district, how do you feel like you guys have progressed from the start of the season, the summer workouts, and then leading up into district? Uh-oh. Did I hold on?
Is it?
There
we go. Yeah.
There we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at the beginning of the season, obviously it was a little rough. We had lost seniors that had kind of built up this energy for us, and them leaving was a total I guess us
shock,
as
right?
captains,
Yeah.
we were like, whoa, we got a lot to do. But as we've progressed, it's gotten so much better. Our energy's there. We've progressed in ways I was shocked, completely shocked.
When you guys are preparing for a big game like Allen and things like that, just what is the mindset? What's the message to the players, just to kind of make sure that everybody's locked in and ready to go?
Gonna be honest. So we just started this new thing where we listen to this song, Pump It Up.
Okay.
And that's when we kind of lock in. We change our mindset there. We all group together and dance, and we have fun together before the match. So then we play as a team together.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you got to find you got to find a place to go before the game and get yourself ready to go. And I know, Coach. I'm sure Coach just lets you do whatever you need to do.
Absolutely,
to
hands off.
Hands off.
They just run it.
Yes, just run it.
I'm just over there cheering.
I know we never like to look ahead of the schedule. You got a few more games before district starts, but this district I mentioned earlier is really competitive. You guys, it's kind of a long season. How do you approach moving into district and just making sure that you stay in the moment and try not to get ahead of yourself?
I think it's all just we keep everybody on the same page of what our goal is at the end. It's to make it as far as we can to the state tournament. Obviously, we want to make it to state. So we keep our mindset to what our goal is, and everybody's locked in.
A few girls on the team that obviously aren't here that have really stepped up and you're really proud of. Can you give some shout outs? Can you talk about a few?
Oh,
I mean, we're
the list is long.
Yeah. There's so
love
many.
them all,
but hey, just one in particular that really has stepped up for the team this year.
Oh, Harley Krause. She's set a tone for hitting. It's insane. She's really set the tone there. I also have to say, Ava Wiegand, middle.
Yeah.
Sydney Lafferty.
And
Gabby.
I set her up for this. She's going to leave people out. It's not it's not what we're trying to do. But gauging the team and all the contributors that go into making sure that you guys are all set for this season. Coach, can you just a little bit about Jaylee and what she means to the program, mm-hmm. and what you ask of her?
Like the number one principle that guides us as a program, guides me as a coach, is the John Woodenism. Happiness begins when selfishness ends. And Jaylee Miller is the embodiment of that. She sets the tone for selflessness in our program. She is present all the time, mentally, physically, emotionally. She is, we talked about being consistent and composed. Jaylee is that. She is consistent and composed, and every day we know exactly what we're going to get from her, and it is great.
Coach Bowles tuning in. He said he's some studs up on the screen, and he's called Ferg as one of the best around. So and then Aaron Saint Sinclair, yay, Gabby and Julie. Coach, this year, as you goals, right? I mean, you've got goals. You want to win, be district champions, and then move on from there. What has been the message though to the team to just kind of make it simple to try and reach all those goals?
Yeah, it was. We were talking about this on Monday. Is like when I've been doing this a long time, and when I look at our team,
you look like 25, Coach.
Well, yeah. I don't feel 25. We have all the tools, all the components, the intangibles to win state.
Yeah.
I mean, and it starts with every girl in the room believing that. So a lot of my messaging is we are enough. We are enough. Collectively, we can beat we haven't seen anybody thus far that we cannot beat. That doesn't mean that we're going to win state. It means that, success for us is really defined by doing everything in our power to accomplish that goal. And if we do all those things, whenever it ends, we've won.
100%. That's a great message, and it's a great way to approach it. And it just kind of takes a little bit of the pressure off, and off your shoulders, and understanding it's about the journey and enjoying the moment, and whatever happens, to win. Obviously, Coach, I'm not telling anybody anything on it, but some things have to happen. The ball's got to bounce your way. Some calls got to go your way. A little luck is involved, just a tiny bit, but that's part of sports, and that's why we love it so much. Coach, thank you so much. Girls, thank you so much for coming on. I've enjoyed watching you guys, and I'll be at the game on Tuesday, September 5th, I believe that is. I think the 5th is the. I'll be at that game, so I'm looking forward to coming out and watching. I went to the Rockapalooza. No. Battle for the Rock,
yeah.
And then I had to, unfortunately, for personal reasons, leave kind of early. And
you saw my epic fail as a tournament director, where I pitted us against the future tournament champions, McKinney Boyd, in round one.
Yes,
and got our team eliminated in round one by the team that won it. And I don't know who seeded this thing or who made the matchups, but that guy's fired.
Hey, if you wanna be the best, you got to beat the best.
Absolutely.
And you wanna face all challengers. So,
no doubt.
No doubt. Coach, good luck to you. We'll talk again soon, and we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we got the girls from Dallas Christian coming up. We have audio. I literally just lost video, so we will figure that out. Don't go anywhere. I got it under control. Thanks.
Rockwall Ford is a proud sponsor of Rockwall County Game Day. Shop the Rock and score game-changing savings on our all-American lineup of new Fords. Shop our entire inventory online at rockwallford.com or build your truck your way at preordermyf150.com.
But 100% like in our corner.
Very thorough. They cover everything. They're there for you every step of the way.
It was just great. I felt really taken care of.
Hardworking, trustworthy, and very, very effective.
I'm a one. I'm a one-to-one. I could never be you. Low me tools, no, I can't be fooled. Low me tools, no, I hate these dudes. I'm a one-to-one. I could never be you. Anything you could do, I could do better. I can do better than you. Anything you could do, I can do better. I can do better than you. Drop my first single, like, oh, he rap. You thought it was a drought, that's cap. If it's less than a check, say less. If you can say it best, say less. I'm taking all bets, say less. Talking too much, say less. If it's less than a check, say less. If you can say it best, say less. I'm taking all bets, say less. I'm a one-to-one, I could never be you. Little me tools, no, I can't be fooled. Little me tools, no, I hate these dudes. I'm a one-to-one, I could never be you. Anything you could do, I could do better. I can do better than you. Anything you could do, I could do better. I can do better than you. Yeah, I could never borrow from no man. How you talking ownership and no land? I got my roll on, now I'm rolling. I drive all my cars like they're stolen. You got on and put your homies out for ransom. I got on and put my homies on the program. Girls to me in my DM tryna link up. I leave them on wreck and get a no jam. I'm a one-to-one, I could never be you. Little me tools, no, I can't be fooled. I'm a one. I'm a one. I'm a one-to-one, I could never be you. Little me tools, no, I can't be fooled. Little me tools, no, I hate these dudes. I'm a one-to-one, I could never be you. Anything you could do, I could do better. I can do better than you. Anything you could do, I could do better. I can do better than you. Drop my first single like, oh, he rap. You thought it was a drought, that's cap. I get the front and I get the back. Lil Uzi the facts like that's a rack. Bought some new boots just to wear 'em out. Bought a new Beamer, I run it to the ground.
And we are back. This segment brought to you by Vice Henley and Dilbeck, attorneys and counselors at law. Thank you so much to Vice Henley and Dilbeck for all the support to make things like this possible. And now we are joined by the Lady Chargers, the Dallas Christian volleyball squad. Probably got some members of basketball teams and track and all sorts of things up here, but right now we're focused on volleyball. Ladies, thank you so much for joining us. Let's start with Denasia. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Don't be you're not nervous, are you?
No.
Okay, good. All right. You look like you're used to being in front of a camera. Let's start by this. You girls, you go play a public school yesterday, a 4A team in Cato Mills. I never know how to pronounce it. But they were a good squad. Yeah, their record coming into it, 13-3, and all you guys do is walk in the house and win in straight sets. Talk about last night and really what kind of went right for you guys.
Actually, we really played as a team. Like, I think that might have been the best we've played like all season. Like, everything was just coming together from like the first point, and the energy was there. We kind of struggled with being excited, and yesterday we were just all excited, and it was just like everything was right. Like, everyone was on. It was just a great game.
This season for you guys, can you just talk about where you guys feel like you're at as a team?
I think right now we're getting to where we need to be. It took us a while, like it's been taking us a while to like kind of come together as a team, but now I feel like we're there, like we're getting there, and then I think this is good for us going into district, that we're all feeling like better as a team. Like, we've had conversations about what we need to do to be more of a team, and I feel like it's finally all coming together.
When does district play start for you guys?
Next week. 2 weeks. Is it next week? It's next week, right?
2 weeks. I think it's 2 weeks.
2 weeks. I don't pull band-aids off, and I don't bring up bad things, but you guys probably suffered a loss that you really didn't want the game before last at home. What is something like that do for you guys when you're heading into the next game? Just kind of does it refocus you, or do you guys learn from it and take it out on the court the next time?
I think it refocuses us, but mainly it helps us to take it out on the court. Like, it kind of just made us want to play with like a chip on our shoulder. Like, when we came out against Cato, we were like, no, like we literally can't lose. Like, we're not going out like we did last game, and you could tell like on the court, like everybody was like, no, let's go. Like, we just had like a different mindset. I guess we had like that drive and that want that we didn't have against Christian.
You're a senior this year, is that correct? Just kind of your role on this team as a senior, and really having to be a leader, especially to maybe some of the underclassmen?
I've struggled with it because I kind of struggle with like leadership, but it's fun. Like
You can't tell on the court. You look like you're leading.
I think it's fun. I think it's great. I love my underclassmen. They're the best people ever, and it just takes a lot. Like it keeps me humble. It makes me feel better about myself. But I love like talking to them and like helping them when they need help or they come to me on the court like, what did I do wrong? I'm like, you're fine, like it's okay. But yeah, so it's like my role on this team is, I guess, to just keep my head on right. Like when we're down a lot and they're looking to me to do something or help them out, and I think it's important. Like I have to step up. Like, okay, guys, like we got it. We're fine. Like it's okay, and that's pretty much it. I guess like a captain.
Yeah, I mean, you got to play that role, and you just got to make sure that, that everybody stays in the match and is ready for the next thing. Before we move on, at Dallas Christian, a lot of the students have to wear many hats, and you're asked to do other things. What other sports do you play, and what are you involved in at school?
I do not play any other sports.
No other sports.
No.
None. Wow.
Well,
How did they let you? I thought it was mandatory that you had to at least participate in 2 sports, but I guess not. Yeah. So no other sports.
No other
So you
sports.
focus on volleyball and.
I do volleyball year round, so
okay, good.
it'd be impossibly hard for me to do another sport.
Yeah. No. You got to dedicate it to your craft. So. Well, good luck to you. Thanks for stopping by, and we obviously I'll be at quite a few matches this year, so I'll see you soon enough. Let's introduce yourself in the middle because I already forgot. Sorry, that's.
No, it's okay. I'm
okay.
Catherine.
Catherine. Gosh, I cannot believe that's like the worst thing for me. I cannot remember names. I got Brooke on the end. Brooke said her name earlier over there, so it started getting in my mind, and then she said it twice up here. So that's how I've managed to remember. Catherine, what year are you? This year, senior. Just you talk about this team and some of the challenges that you've had starting, but obviously still focused on the main goal. But what are some challenges that you guys have faced this year?
I think coming together as a team. Even though we only lost like one major girl last year, it's still been a big change. We have a whole new like group of like underclassmen.
Because you got 4 seniors, that's right?
Yes.
Just 4 seniors, yeah.
Yep. So bringing in that many new girls from JV and like I don't know, it's kind of different on varsity, it's another standard.
Mm-hmm.
So playing together at the same level has been a little bit difficult, but we're finally getting it and we're finally like working together as a team. So I think that has probably been our biggest struggle.
Yeah, Coach, she gets fired up and she's into these matches. And hey, I wouldn't want it any other way. I'd want my coach fired up too. But just kind of what's the message that she's been trying to send out to you and the team this year?
Her message is we're the team that everyone wants to beat because we had a good season last year. Obviously, it didn't end the way we wanted it to, but we want to leave everything out on the court. That is our goal. We're playing the best we can. She wants us to have fun, like especially us since it's our last year. Basically, just like be a team. Like go out there, play your best, have fun, and do the work.
Yeah, absolutely. Dallas Christian, such a small community, and the games, it's very intimate atmosphere, and you can kind of it's funny to me when the student section quiets everybody down because you can see Coach. She's fired up, and then she's got to like get quiet because you can hear everything. You can hear a pin drop in there. On that, just the whole Dallas Christian atmosphere and the student section and everything about that school. What have you enjoyed at your time here?
I'd say probably just the fact that I know everyone.
Yeah.
It's a small school, but you know everyone. You have a relationship with everyone. I think now we have, especially this year with our senior class, the school spirit has been great. Like I love our student section right now. They go, they enjoy it, they have fun. And like that's what I love about it.
Yeah, no, it's really cool. I mean, it's fun to see the school, the spirit, and it's a very unique place. And so I've enjoyed being around the campus. I think for those that don't know, I mean, I'm involved with Dallas Christian. I'm teaching a class a broadcast journalism class with the help of Miss Leeson, and we're trying to figure a way out to get more content so that we can highlight more of the student athletes and just show all the things that they're doing on and off the court, really. So, Catherine, thank you for being here. Good. What do you play? Are you involved in anything else?
Yes, I am. So I played basketball for the last 3 years.
So you got some rings.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, got the rings.
Yes.
And then I also played tennis.
Very nice. Very nice. So when's tennis get started for you guys? Do y'all do anything in the fall?
No, we don't start
Okay,
until
you just do
like
spring.
yeah.
Okay, gotcha. All right. Yeah, not that you need anything else like with because basketball that's got to be starting up in what, October or something like that.
Starts like end of October.
Yeah. So that'll be coming up soon enough. Good luck to you. I mean, just keep grinding away and just keep being the leader you are, and hopefully a bunch of good things are going to happen y'all's way. Brooke, thanks for patiently waiting down there. Brooke, let me ask you, just the highs and lows of this year. The wins and the losses and things like that. Just how have you, as a leader, tried to just make everybody say that they stay present and in the moment, and make sure that they don't get too high or too low.
In those high and low moments, I like to bring everyone together and just like refocus after every point, just to make sure we're all there and that we know that we're doing good. But if we're doing bad, just like refocus and it'll all be okay.
Yeah, I mean, easier said than done, probably. But this team with only 4 seniors and some underclassmen and things like that. What exactly this team? How much have y'all grown throughout the year?
We've grown a lot, like together as individuals with our seniors leading us, teaching us these things to get better and better, since there are a lot of underclassmen.
Yeah, because you're a junior?
Yes, I am.
Okay, yeah, I just caught that. So, I knew that all along. I was just testing her to see if she was, but anyway. Yeah, so just listening and getting the message, getting the message that they're sending out. This team, just in the locker room and outside of playing, how much fun are you girls having, and how much are you enjoying it?
We have a lot of fun in the locker room, so we always play music before the games, get in a great mood before games. We are all really good friends. Even like outside of school, we have people that will like talk to each other and hang out, and it's really good.
Do you guys, obviously the JV teams and some of the underclassmen and things like that, how much do they look up to you guys? Do they talk to you guys? Do they try to find out ways to get better?
They do. They're very eager to get better. They ask us questions like, what can be helped? What can we do to like lead them to what they will be in the future?
Yeah. I mean, it's that's they're the future, right? And
Yes.
you're now. So everything you do now, it's obviously rubbing off on them. What else do you do at Dallas Christian? Do you play any other sports?
I played soccer my freshman year, and
Okay.
I'm going to be doing that again this year.
Okay, so yeah, again, I cannot believe they let you slide, but that's what it is. I mean, she plays volleyball. That's what Denasia does. Yeah, good luck to you guys. Russell, what do you have coming up next? I should know this, but
like what game?
Yeah, it's
We played John Paul.
John Paul, that's right. I made the graphic. I should know that. But well, good luck to you, ladies. Thanks for stopping by. You guys you bring a lot of energy. You're fun to watch, and it's going to be fun to see you guys get ready for district play, and then and that's when the fun begins.
Yeah.
Everything gets real at that moment. Ladies, go get some rest, and we will see you soon enough. And good luck tomorrow night. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, we're gonna take a quick break. When we come back, we're gonna talk a little football. I know Mr. Kevin Wingfield is here. James Branch, he was driving from Austin. I appreciate him, trying to make it to the show, but I think he was stuck in Waxahachie not long ago. So we'll see if he makes it. If he doesn't, the show goes on. We're gonna talk some football. Don't go anywhere. Thanks for watching. Share the page. We'll be right back.
Rockwall Ford is a proud sponsor of Rockwall County Game Day. Shop the Rock and score game-changing savings on our all-American lineup of new Fords. Shop our entire inventory online at rockwallford.com or build your truck your way at preordermyf150.com.
But 100% like in our corner.
Very thorough. They cover everything. They're there for you every step of the way.
It was just great. I felt really taken care of.
Hardworking, trustworthy, and very, very effective.
I'm a one. I'm a one. One. I'm a one to one. I could never be you. Little me tools, no, I can't be fooled. Little me tools, no, I hate these dudes. I'm a one to one. I could never be you. Anything you could do, I could do better. I can do better than you. Anything you could do, I could do better. I can do better than you. Drop my first single, let go, he rap. You thought it was a drought, that's cap. I get the front and I get the back. Lil Uzi the facts, like that's a rat. Bought some new boots just to wear 'em out. Bought a new beamer, I run it to the ground. I used to say nothing, I bet they hear me now. Handle my business, no need to hear me out. Talking too much, say less. If it's less than a check, say less. If you can say it best, say less. I'm taking all best, say less. Talking too much, say less. If it's less than a check, say less. If you can say it best, say less. I'm taking all best, say less. I'm a one to one, I could never be you. Little me tools, no, I can't be fooled. Little me tools, no, I hate these dudes. I'm a one to one, I could never be you. Anything you could do, I could do better. I can do better than you. Anything you could do, I could do better. I can do better than you. Yeah, I could never borrow from no man. How you talking ownership and no land? I got my roll on, now rolling. I drive on my cars like they're stolen. You got on and put your homies out for ransom. I got on and put my homies on the program. Girls hit me in my DM tryna link up. I leave them on wreck and get a no jam. I'm a one to one, I could never be you. Little me tools, no, I can't be fooled. I'm a one. I'm a one. I'm a one to one, I could never be you. Little me tools, no, I can't be fooled. Little me tools, no, I hate these dudes. I'm a one to one, I could never be you. Anything you could do, I could do better. I can do better than you. Anything you could do, I could do better. I can do better than you. Drop my first single, let go, he rap. You thought it was a drought, that's cap. I get the front and I get the back. Lil Uzi the facts, like that's a rat. Bought some new boots just to wear 'em out. Bought a new beamer, I run it to the ground. I used to say nothing, I bet they hear me now. Handle my business, no need to hear me out. Talking too much, say less. If it's less than a check, say less. If you can say it best, say less. I'm taking all best, say less. Talking too much, say less. If it's less than a check, say less. If you can say it best, say less. I'm taking all best, say less. I'm a one to one, I could never be you. Little me tools, no, I can't be fooled. Little me tools, no, I hate these dudes. I'm a one to one, I could never be you. Anything you could do, I could do better. I can do better than you. Anything you could do, I could do better. I can do better than you. Yeah, I could never borrow from no man. How you talking ownership and no land? I got my roll on, now rolling. I drive on my cars like they're stolen. You got on and put your homies out for ransom. I got on and put my homies on the program. Girls hit me in my DM tryna link up. I leave them on wreck and get a no jam. I'm a one to one, I could never be you. Little me tools, no, I can't be fooled. I'm a one. I'm a one. I'm a one to one, I could never be you. Little me tools, no, I can't be fooled.
Okay, we are back. We are live at Rockwall Ford. This segment brought to you by Hudson Financial Group. Thank you to Hudson Financial Group for everything they've done for us and making this possible. We're back. We're going to talk a little football now. We've had some fun with volleyball. If you missed it, we announced M&D Real Estate. Danny and Misty Perez. We're partnering with them. They're a sponsor of ours, and we're super excited. And they are going to be the presenting sponsor of the Jackson Smith Njigba Award, which we're going to talk plenty about in the next, 6, 7, 8, 9 weeks, really have some fun with the award and highlight a lot of student athletes. Leading us into talking a little bit about Week 1 football. and Mr. Kevin Wingfield, who is a proud dad of a couple of boys that are at Hendrix College, and one playing baseball, one who's doing some football stuff, and
He's doing good in football right now.
yep. So I know you're excited about that. And we'll see if Mr. Branch joins us. He gets a pass because one, they volunteer their time to do this, so yeah, pass is earned. Two, he was driving in from Austin, and he said that he was still going to do this. So hopefully safe travels to him if he makes it over here. But if not, as I said, the show goes on, and Mr. Wingfield, thanks for being here again. Let's get into it. You were at the Heath game.
I was at the Heath game.
Week 1, and obviously it was the debut for Coach Webb as the head coach of the Heath Hawks, and I was at the Dallas Christian game, and just watching the score, not being there, 14-14 at half, and it's like, okay, this, let's see what happens, because we know how good Denton Geyer is. And obviously things don't go their way the second half. They they score 28 points. Denton Geyer does in the second half. They ultimately win 42-14. And I think what I'll ask you is, because you went to that game?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't. We said this last week. Wasn't so much focused on the score or the result. I was a little bit wanted to hear about, just kind of, what differences you saw in the team's demeanor from last year to this year, and obviously. Things like that, the foundation, are the kids into it, things like that. That's really gonna set the tone for the year. But I'd like to hear your thoughts on just kind of not really the score. We know the score. We know the outcome second half.
Right. Well, everything was ready. Everybody was pumped, and all the parents I talked to, the players, on the sidelines, they were all pumped. They were ready. Let's go. And I watched 22 minutes of really, really, really good Heath Hawk football.
That's a good sign, though.
And then I saw 2 minutes, and in those bad 2 minutes, it cost us 14 points.
Right.
We snapped the ball over the punter's head. He tries to recover instead of just kicking it out of the end zone for 2 points. And then somehow we stop Denton Geyer. We whipped them all over the field in the first half. Basically, our defense did not give up a touchdown until with 1 second left, and we could not tackle. And it just seemed to me that at halftime we did not make the adjustments that needed to be made. Denton did. Their quarterback from last year is gone, and the quarterback they have this year is not near as good. I think that the Heat had some things to do with it. I think our boys got a little tired. They got frustrated. We talked last week about the unsportsmanlike conduct penalties, and there was one that just really killed us. We had stopped them close to their end zone. Kid makes a good play, and instead of just turning around and walking off, he bends over and gets right in the guy's face. It's 15 yards, put the ball on the 1 yard line, and they get 4 downs to score. So I think the Hawks are going to be okay. We're going to have to shore up the offensive line because Mr. Hoover got beat up pretty good there in that second half.
Yeah.
We had our spurts where we opened that hole and Malachi was gone. Or it just got to the point. There was a couple of our passing plays. The first series of the game, we just drove the ball down Denton's throat.
Yeah.
I don't think they were ready for what we did. There was our second touchdown of the first half. There was 2 wide receivers that could have stopped and got a hot dog before they had a chance to catch the ball. They were that wide open. But Josh had some time. He's got to have time.
Caleb.
Caleb. I'm sorry. Yeah. It's different watching this year because I'm not focused on that one kid. So I was trying to watch all of it. I was watching a lot more of the defense. I thought Brady Luff did a great job. Chase Bazell did a really good job. We've got to stop giving the guys the 9 yards. We can't play 9 yards off the ball and then miss a tackle.
Yeah.
Every time we do that, it's 25 to 30 yards. So I think there's definitely some room for improvement. But I did see some bright spots that I think they will be able to work on. It's going to be tough, but we will see. You know, we did this. We went through this last year. We got pretty well whipped up on, and then we just strung about three good wins off. So let's see how they come back. Let's see what Coach Webb puts in their heads this week at practice, changes some stuff around. You know, they're coming up against a tough Trinity team. Trinity is always a tough team.
Yep.
Plus, we're traveling. Some of these kids will be their first time to travel to something like this on a Friday night. So, you know, we got a lot of young kids out there also. So I was okay. I thought Geyer played a little rough. There was a lot of our helmets floating around the field, and I think there were I think there were some issues with that. Our guys got frustrated with that because they weren't getting the calls.
Yeah.
And you could just tell that they were getting upset and they were getting mad. They weren't getting the calls. And, you know, you can't let that play into how you make your next play. So
Right.
we'll just have to see what happens.
Yeah, I think, I mean, to that, there's got to be a little bit of learning curve. There's got to be, I'm gonna, use, these first few weeks kind of really to let Caleb get into the rhythm of things, and how busy he was with baseball. Of course, Caleb Hoover, he's a Oklahoma State commit and quite the baseball player.
Quite the baseball player.
So. I think he's got to get in a little bit of football conditioning and shape, and he's got to find a rhythm and a connection with this offense, not just the wide receivers, but just understanding what Coach Webb is trying to do. And I have no doubt. I'm sure there was communication there along the way to try and get him as prepared as possible. At the end of the day, Caleb Hoover's a gamer. He's incredibly tough, and he's gonna do whatever he can to get this team back in the winning ways. In a way that they did last year, they dropped a game on the road to Geyer. They answer back with a big win over Trinity, and so I'm sure a little bit of the frustration is the fact that you're at home.
Yeah.
It's the season opener. You've been chomping at the bit to hit somebody else.
Crowd was rowdy. The crowd was the kids were there. It was a good environment.
Yeah, and it didn't go your way. But on the bright side, the bright spot, and I'll always look to the positives. Is you said it, you mentioned it. The defense holds them to 14 to 0 points, and until those last 2 minutes of the half, and they really were able to do some things. That's a good sign. Of course, the running game with Tuzno and Davenport, that's going to be really important. But I think you use this preseason time. I think it's extremely important for this team, especially to use these first few weeks to find their identity, get ready to go. Because at the end of the day, it's week one. It doesn't mean much.
Nobody made the playoffs Friday night.
No. So,
Nobody.
I think again, I've said it. This is Rockwall East District until proven otherwise, and they're still one of the better teams in the district. They've got good. The Hawks have good players.
Yes, they do.
They've got excellent coaching. They've just got to find their way. And I think when it's all said and done, they're going to find a little bit of rhythm and get themselves in position to play well in district.
Yeah, and I think that's all it's going to take is just getting in the rhythm. Like you said, Hoover's been out playing baseball. He's still not into the football. Now, one thing I will say is, for the love of God, do not try to run over everyone. It's not going to hurt you to slide.
It's in his nature.
Well, I'll tell you what, that corner that he hit the other night wished he would have slid, because that was a hit. So it's just I think it's going to, we talked about this last year, same time. You got a new coaching staff, you got a new philosophy, you got new plays. It's just going to take them a little time to get jiving.
Yeah.
And last year we didn't know who's going to be our quarterback. Well, this year your starting quarterback, you know who it's going to be, but he's been playing baseball, so he hasn't made all the practices. So once it gets in there and I think they start gelling, this team will be good. I think they will. I will stand by it. I think they will make the playoffs, and and it's going to be between Rockwall and Rockwall Heath to see who's going to take it.
Yeah, no doubt. We are here Rockwall Ford. We are talking a little bit about Week 1 football currently right now, talking about 10 6A football, joined by Mr. Kevin Wingfield. I was texting while you're talking. I apologize. Mr. Branch, I mean, he's doing all he can to make it, but he's kind of stuck, and, he's starting to come over that bridge. That's
Yeah.
going to take a while. I told him, I said, I think we're good. But I appreciate
He should have just
him.
remoted in from the truck. I know he's listening.
Yeah.
You did this on purpose.
You didn't do it, but it was an opportunity to move into that center seat. And
no, this is in memoriam, just in case.
All right, we have his name on this on this seat. Let's move over to Rockwall. I'll talk a little bit about them. I went to that game. I limped to that game because I'll talk about Dallas Christian, which I was at that game as well on Friday night. But it was at the Star. That's a big reason I went. If it was outdoors, I can tell you that my wife would not have let me go after my little debacle Friday night. But listen, Rockwall, they did whatever they wanted to do. Their stats, the stats. I looked at it. I think I put out a tweet. They're putting up video game numbers, but they really called off the dogs in that second half, and they just kind of were just content with running some plays and getting some reps in, and then
which is exactly what you need to do in the preseason.
Yep, and then that fourth quarter they let the third strings come in and really get some time. Some of the underclassmen that obviously when you're playing 6A football, you got to go deep into your roster sometimes because one, especially right now, of course they were indoors, but it's hot. Number one,
yes.
But number two, it's a grueling season, and so it was good for, I know, Coach Brooks to be able to get some of the younger players on the field. But what can you say? I didn't question about the playing two quarterbacks and them coming in and out of the lineup. But I was interested to see how it would work and how he would use them. And I tell you what, they were whatever formula that they had, the game plan they had for Cedar Hill. Understandably, Cedar Hill is a little down, but you take nothing away from going out and imposing your will, which is exactly what Mason Marshall and Landon Locke did at the quarterback position for Rockwall. And then, of course, the MVP, Parker Williams. I mean, I questioned the stat. I was like, man, did he only get 3 carries? But he had 3 carries, 80 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Two he broke away. And shout out to that offensive line and the job that they're doing. They're going to be really. They had a tough task. I'll tell you what, those Cedar Hill defensive linemen, they were big.
Yeah, Cedar Hill. And anytime Cedar Hill gets beat.
Yeah,
I'm happy. I don't care who it is. After what they did to us over in Arlington. And you talked about how their little two-headed monster is going to work. It goes back to what we've discussed 100 times before. Will the kids buy into it? And it's obvious that they did.
Yeah,
it's very obvious, and it seems like Rockwall has picked up where they left off last season.
Yeah, I mean, Mason was fantastic. He threw some great balls. Landon was fantastic. He threw some great balls. Their wide receivers, though, I mean, with Kai Helton and Matthew Young and those guys, they're some playmakers, and it's got to be really nice for these two quarterbacks to be able to spread the ball around. I think 8 or 9 different wide receivers or guys caught a ball from them, spreading it around. This is a fun offense to watch. I've kind of I kind of said it. I feel like we were talking about it on Twitter, but I felt like Rockwall is ready to. It was Professor Diggs. I felt like Rockwall is ready to take another step, a different step. Mm-hmm. And he asked me, he's like, I need you to publicly define what that next step is. And I just simply put, take down 11-6A, which is Duncanville and DeSoto and run through that district. And obviously the players are great. I say that more from a program standpoint. the
Right.
coach's standpoint, that this coaching staff is ready to lead these kids to another level. Whether it happens or not, I don't know, but I do know that just by watching that game, that this team is in a really good spot. And again, just like a loss, it's week one, right?
It's week one.
It doesn't matter much in the big picture. But they came out to the Star, and they showed out for sure. They're going to be. I think they had 4 turnovers, 2 interceptions, two fumbles. Right, defensively, these defensive backs, they're going to be a good team. Rockwall is obviously a team that is, in my mind, at the top of the district right now.
Yes, I agree. I agree.
And they're gonna look to improve now. Again, Prosper. I believe Prosper might have beat them last year. I think I'd have to check. They played them early on. I want to say Prosper might have won that game. Prosper's a good team.
Prosper's in the top 20 in the state.
Yep, they're a good team. And so this is a big matchup. I think Rockwall was in the state. I think they were like 17. I think Prosper was like 12, or they're somewhere in there, something like that.
Area, yes.
So this is a good measuring stick for them. Just much like the Lady Jackets volleyball team, they play Allen last night, 2 top 10 teams in the state. This is just one where they want to go out and win this game. They want to make a statement early on. But again, we're going to find out a little bit more about this team. But I don't know. They are who they are, right? They're going to put up a lot of points. They've got really good players in all skill positions, and you've seen it for a long time.
Yeah, and that's just it. They are, like you said, they are who they are. They are the big dogs. They are the big dogs. They're the ones that walked through district last year, and nobody's knocked them off yet.
Yeah.
And, if I can't remember, I think Prosper did beat them last year, so they're going to come into this game just like Heath did against Geyer. They're at home, and hey, you beat us last year. Now you're at our house.
Yeah, you know what? They don't play. They don't play Prosper. I think they play the Colony. They play. I think. It's, yeah. It's They don't play. It's like on
Prosper's
September
week.
8th at home.
Third
is
week.
Prosper. Yes, I'll be at that game. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, man, hats off, Rockwell Yellow Jackets. They're doing their thing. They're ready to go this year. But hey.
Yeah.
It's about improving week to week, and I'm not telling anybody. I'm not saying like a brand new recipe, but they got to get ready to go.
It just seems like Coach Brooks has them, exactly where they need to be.
Yeah.
They're still hungry.
Yeah, it is. And kudos to, again, it's not a big deal, but for them to manage the quarterback position like they are. I saw Mason's brother, Caden, up in the stands, and he was excited, and he was like, they're just best friends, those two, Landon and Mason. And I did an interview with Mason Marshall after the game that's out on social media, and Landon's in the background and goofing off, making faces at him, and so there's that's important. There's a really good chemistry between those two, and they just enjoy playing the position. Here at Rockwall. So, the Rockwall Yellow Jackets, a big win against Cedar Hill, and they get another one of those shiny helmets. Jerry Jones was there, obviously, and it was I was trying to build up the courage to ask for a selfie, but I never could do it. It was just something, and I'm usually not like that. Usually, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go take a picture with somebody.
Hey, I got one with the defensive coordinator last year.
Yeah, you
nice
did.
Guy.
Yep, you did. So,
nice
but. Anyhow, Jesuit. Goodness gracious! Thank you so much, Marissa.
Is that who they have this week?
Yeah, Jesuit. Yeah. So
Rockwall's
it's
2-0.
Roy City has the Colony this week. I'm bound to get it right at some point. If I just keep naming
at the
teams,
schedule, trying to get flight scheduled. So sorry.
Yeah, if I just keep naming teams, I'm bound to get it right.
Somebody's going to come play us.
Yes. Jesuit. At least recently, because I don't know, how far back in the history, but Rockwall has handled Jesuit just
Pretty
fine. So they'll travel there, and safe travels to the Yellow Jackets, and best wishes with health and everything in that game. let's talk about Royce. Our Royce City insider is not here, but we can really look at the Bulldogs and talk about how they started off their season with a 40 to 20 win over Grand Prairie. They go to the Gopher Bowl, which, man, I do not like that. I did not, and I went to I think Rockwall played them last year. I did not enjoy shooting video. It's like from the stands to like this to the sidelines is like maybe 10 yards, and then you got the team filling up the whole thing.
Right.
I didn't enjoy shooting video over there, but that's
well, they had a 30-minute delay for the game because the turf was coming up.
Yeah.
They had to reglue the turf. So I mean, you've had all year
this
to
past
get
week.
ready. That's
really?
Remember James was sending us texts.
Yeah,
and I was like, come on, man, really? You've had all year to
Yeah.
get ready, and your turf's not ready for a
Well,
for a 6A football game?
The turf wasn't ready for the Bulldogs because they went in and they got a big win. And I was one that I said it on air last week when I was picking. And the Bulldogs will be here tonight, by the way. Closer to 6:50, somewhere in there. We're going to talk with a few of their players, but I was wondering. I don't know anything about their quarterback position. I do know that they've got a big nasty,
offensive line.
solid offensive line.
Big line.
I do know that, and that can control the game, and that can make everyone look really, really good. And I'm not selling the quarterback position short at Royce City. I just don't know much about the young man at that position. So for the Bulldogs to get a win early, and Coach Petrov has he's had a ton of success at Royce City. I think they've made the playoff maybe like 8 years in a row, maybe, or something like that. And so they know how to win. This coaching staff, Coach Petrov, they understand how to get the job done. It doesn't really matter 5A, 6A. They're there to do a job. They've got pieces around, and so they're going to be a team that I'm really going to watch. I'll do the pregame and halftime show at Rockwall County Game Day. Will be at that game. We'll have our set on the field, and we're going to do a show to just really kick off the year with them. I was trying to look really quickly at some stats for that game. Let's see, team stats. Let's see, here you go. So 188 yards passing. Let's see, rushing yards. They have, surprise, 235 yards rushing. It's kind of a carbon copy of what they were doing last year, right? They were just Sam Mitchum was back there, and they were just running the ball like crazy.
I was wondering how they were going to replace Sam because he was just a heck of a ball player.
Yes.
And he just ran all over everything. So if you can get somebody that comes in and you can still get your 200 plus yards a game on the ground, you're going to do well. You're
right.
Gonna do well.
Yeah. Let's see if I can pull up. Let's see. Rushing for the Bulldogs looks like Croft 16 carries, 140 yards, 104 yards. So looks like with him getting 16 carries, he has 2 touchdowns on the night. He's just a junior, and if you look at some other contributors with Oliver and Anderson, so there's guys. Obviously, you get behind a big offensive line like this, and you're going to do some damage on the ground. That's going to be a team to look for in this district, because if you can run the ball, if you can control the line of scrimmage,
you can run the ball. Yes,
you're going to be tough to beat.
And they do have some big guys on that line.
Yeah, they do. It looks like the quarterback Oliver. So he was 8 of 15, 163 yards, 2 touchdowns. Obviously, turned the ball over a couple of times, but you get he's a junior. You get a young man in there who's really learning how to work in this offense, because last year obviously they lose their senior quarterback. So hats off to the Bulldogs. They get a big win. I know they've got some playmakers at wide receiver with Williams. He has 2 touchdowns. So if the quarterback play is there, then I said it. I have reserved the right to put the Bulldogs back into the playoffs. Unfortunately, I'm going to get killed, but I didn't put them in the playoffs in the first go-round.
Well, you kind of expect some turnovers in the first 2 or 3 games, especially with the young quarterback. I mean, and the heat. You've got guys that are out here fighting the cramps and
Mhm.
the sweat. They're just soaking wet out there. The ball gets slick. It's almost as bad as if it's pouring down rain. Um, so a couple of turnovers is not bad.
Right.
And if you're gonna do it in those first 4 games.
Right.
Figure
Yeah.
yourself out, what you can do, what you can't do. Then when you get into district play, you may have to change stuff up a little bit, but at least because that defense in that whole district is not just not a walk in the park.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
I know Rockwall's defense is good, secondary is good. Heath, from what I saw the other night, their linebacker, their line is tough.
Mhm.
Their linebackers are good, and they got a really really good secondary this year. So make your mistakes now, figure out, learn from it, and then go on.
Yeah, those are Roy City's going to be fun to watch. I can't wait to get out there Friday night and check them out. Of course, the Bulldogs will be with us tonight. We'll have a few players in here closer to probably about 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes or so. Just, going down the line before I talk a little bit about Dallas Christian. North Forney, big win on the road against White House.
White House.
And, I know, how much each win as Coach Luster is trying to build this North Forney program up. I know how important wins are to teams. Again, I'm not contradicting myself. It's week one, right? So what does it mean? But I think you view it a little bit different when you're North Forney and you're not expected to do anything. I think it's important that a team like that is learning how to win.
And on the road.
And on the road.
On the road. That's a huge difference.
Yep, learning how to win and really trying to gain some confidence as they go into district play against some of these tough teams. Again, Heath, Rockwall, Roy City, Horn. These are tough teams, and so North Forney gets a big win. Tyler Legacy, they drop one. They've just not been able to find it. And again, we'll see what happens after week one. But I know that's a team, a program that traditionally has been tough over the past couple years. But
I just feel that this may be a rebuilding year for Legacy.
Yeah,
I think this may
lost
be
some big
that
players.
Year. And new coach.
Yep. Yeah. No. There's
you lose players and coach.
Yep.
That's different than you're changing your coach. But I think this is going to be a rebuild year for Legacy.
Mesquite drops one. They lose an opener, but Mesquite Horn. Now they win, and that's another team that we're watching.
Yes.
In this district. Good coaching staff. They've got athletes everywhere. It's going to be a very good team.
Horn is a very, very good team.
Yep.
They just tend to self-implode on themselves. So, it's just we'll see what happens with them.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I think that's definitely a threat in this district.
Yes.
And so
most definitely.
We're gonna watch them closely. And so that kind of wraps up week one in District 10 6A. I'll tell you, I was at the Dallas Christian game Friday night. I had a heck of a time with the heat. I really really struggled to get on that field in video. I was just in the heat all day setting up because we did a pregame show with their DC Live crew and pregame show and halftime show, and just had a heck of a time. But they're ranked number one in the state, and for a reason.
For a reason.
I didn't come away thinking, and don't kill me, Dallas Christian people, but I didn't come away thinking like, wow, they had this really great eye-popping game. But of course, they win big, 48-0, right? I mean, they just did work. They're a really solid team. They've got players all over the field, and it starts with their quarterback Luke Carney, who's a junior, who's won a state title as a starting quarterback as a freshman, then again as a sophomore. And this team looks, I was talking with some people after the game, and they they had no doubts. Like this is the best team in the state in their division, and they didn't really matter who they played, if they had to go up a division or anything like that. They're just solid, and this program is built to win state championships.
Oh, you won back to excuse me, you've won back-to-back state championships. You deserve to be number one. I don't care what the first score was.
Right.
And until somebody comes up and knocks that chip off your shoulder, you will be number one.
Yeah.
You know, it's just how it is. And like I said, you know, they just keep bringing it back and bringing it back and bringing it back. And, you know, for all these teams that played Friday night, that was one of the hottest times I think I've ever been on a football field.
Yep.
It was just hot. And
Yes.
for everybody that moved their games back an hour, God bless you for doing that for the kids.
Yeah.
And let me go back to once again, thank you for the training staff, because those girls worked their tails off the other night, making sure everybody stayed hydrated. It was a great job by all the trainers on both squads.
Look at Mr. Wingfield giving shout out to the trainers and those that are doing the dirty work that nobody sees, but it's an important thing.
Well,
and,
you know, I got a former trainer, so and I got my Hannah Hunt. Got to give a shout out to Hannah.
Yeah. So we're just getting started with football, and you know we're really going to look to dive deep in a lot of these games coming up, and it's going to be fun. And I know you're excited, and I'm excited. I got to ask you about the boys, and and how they're doing. And you know, we talked a little bit about last week, but football specifically.
My gosh. You know, Peyton had his first scrimmage, his first college scrimmage Friday night. They beat up pretty good on a school out of Arkansas. But watching the video, I swear, if you would put a red number 3 on him and a black helmet with an H on it, you would think that the Heath Hawks were out there. It is almost the exact same offense.
Yeah.
You know, he's running out of the slot right now. He did a little out route for 5 or 6 yards.
Can you talk about that?
Yes, I
okay.
can,
All
because
right,
it's not on video.
Okay,
NCAA. Okay. He took a slant route for about 60 plus. Got caught from behind. I told him we're gonna have to work on that. He did get a 15-yard penalty on a block. It was a beautiful block, I thought, but the referee didn't. You know, a lot of hard work.
Right.
A lot of hard work. And then, you know, I don't know if I sent you the video. If there was ever a child that was built for college life, it is Clayton.
Yes.
You're sound man. You're
yes.
sound man.
Yes, dancing and
I
doing
did not know
things.
that child could dance, and now everybody at Hendrix College knows he can. And if that child does not make it in life as anything else, he will make it as a comedian, because he is one funny kid.
That's going to take him so far in life. You don't understand.
Him and his brothers are totally different. I do have to say one thing. Now, Friday night, you know, I was out there as a fan.
Okay.
Not as a parent.
That's hard to do.
There was
That's
a couple,
hard to do.
It is. You know, the guys let me come back on the sideline to help do the tunnel, and you know, it was just like old times. And there was a couple of guys that this is their first year. So, you know, one of them's down there, he's just taking it all in. And when that horn went off, you could just see the look in their faces like, wow, this is the coolest thing ever. And let me tell you, there is just no feeling like being on that sideline on a Friday night and watching those kids run through that tunnel.
Yeah.
So it's a blessing that, you know, I want to thank the guys that let me do it. Now, I don't know that they have a tunnel crew in college. I may just be somebody up there honking the horn. I'll be going up there. I'll be leaving Saturday morning.
All right.
And at about 12:30, I'll see my son in a college uniform running out on that field. And
man, make sure you make sure you get us some kind of video.
I can do it now, because it's not a scrimmage. But
right.
I want to thank Coach Haig for picking up the phone 4 years ago or 5 years ago, and saying, "Hey, we need you guys to come out and play ball."
Yeah.
You know, and see what happens. And you know, we've got one in college playing ball now, and Clay is probably going to get a lot of playing time. Their actual first scrimmage is they'll play Colin Lyles.
Really?
Yes. And,
there you go.
We'll be playing them in September 24th on a Sunday. It'll be it's Hendrix against Ouachita Baptist at Hendrix. So I'll get to see the Lyles family. And,
how far is that? How far is Hendrix?
It's from here. 4.5 hours.
4.5 hours. I need to check my schedule and check with the wife and see what I got, because I would love to. it really is two of my favorite guys and players on that team. And
Well, I'm gonna have fun that weekend because I'll be driving to Jackson, Mississippi, that Saturday, watching football. As soon as the game's over, I'll be driving to Conway, spend the night, and then watching baseball the next day. So I'm just going to get a whole weekend of it.
Whole weekend of it.
But it'd be fun for you to get to come out and actually see Clay throw instead of just holding the mic, holding the mic for you. But I tell you, that would freak them out if you showed up.
I'm not doing. Yeah, there's no cameras other than just some pictures. Maybe if I get to do something like that, I'm not working then. There's something to be said to just witness it with your own two eyes and not have a camera there.
Yeah, a couple of really good kids.
Yes.
Just a couple of really good kids that work their tails off, and they're at that next level. I don't care if they're at Texas or if they're Lyon College in wherever it's in Arkansas. They are playing at the next level. And I had that discussion with Peyton the other day. He said, "Oh, Dad, I'm D3." I said, "Son, you are playing college football. You're doing something no other Wingfield's ever done.
Right.
You are playing college football."
Yeah.
So,
and you're getting a degree, and you never know.
There's that education.
Yeah,
part
you never know. You never know. Who's gonna catch your eye. I tell you, there's a ton of D1 colleges that are looking at the D3 and junior college ranks to see who they can move up.
Exactly,
So,
and that's what we're working towards. And that's what I've talked to him about. So yeah.
And
I appreciate everything you did. Now you put that out there.
Yeah,
you put the kid's name out there a lot, so that helped.
Yeah, well, hey, I mean, that's what we're all trying to do as a community, to just come together to just
for the kids,
show everybody what these kids are doing and things like that. Good stuff. Have some fun, safe travels. Thanks for talking a little football with me. We'll I don't know what your schedule is, going forward, but obviously, we're going to try and have you on as much as we can
I'm
with
booked
James
every Wednesday until you tell me not to come
there
back.
we go. And I can guarantee you're gonna have a nice little.
Heard it for 2 years, folks. Don't believe it.
No, I know that, but we're gonna. We got them. We have official gear, new gear coming. So
all right, sounds good.
Hey, I appreciate it. Thanks. I didn't mean. I was gonna give a shout out to. We're talking about Dallas Christian. Jaden Crawl. He's number 10, and he's fast. Okay, and when I tell you he's fast, this game is well in hand. It's deep into the night. There's no reason for anybody to put any kind of effort. And I shared it on Twitter. There was a fumble of some sort. I can't remember if it was on maybe it was a extra point attempt, and it was blocked, I think. And this kid from the other team takes off running, and he's got about 10 maybe plus yards, 10 to plus yards on everybody, and he's moving. And all of a sudden, it was like a Kentucky Derby where the horse just comes out of nowhere.
Backstretch.
Just comes out of nowhere. And he ran this. It was the most. It was one of the best plays you will see from a high school kid, and it should lead off the tape to send to a college recruiter.
Yes,
because
exactly. That's the kid you want.
There was, and he caught him around just inside the 10-yard line. So I mean, it was incredible, and it was one of the most exciting plays you'll see, and it was really because of the whole circumstance of the game. The game's over. There's no reason but they wanted to preserve that shutout, and they had pride, and he wasn't going to let them score.
And that's the kind
shout
of
out
kid you want to
Jaden
play.
Crawl.
Exactly. Shout out to him for sure.
Yep. So good stuff there. All right. We're gonna take a break. When we come back, we have a few of the Roy City players here. We're a little early still, just a few minutes, but we'll try and get back on as soon as possible. We're gonna let Mr. Wingfield go. So thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks for sharing it. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back in just a few minutes.
Rockwall Ford is a proud sponsor of Rockwall County Game Day. Shop the Rock and score game-changing savings on our all-American lineup of new Fords. Shop our entire inventory online at rockwallford.com or build your truck your way at preordermyf150.com.
But 100% like in our corner.
Very thorough. They cover everything. They're there for you every step of the way.
It was just great, great. I felt really taken care of.
Hardworking, trustworthy, and very, very effective.
I'm away. I'm away. I'm a one-to-one, I could never be you. Low me tools, no, I can't be fooled. Low me tools, no, I hate these dudes. I'm a one-to-one, I could never be you. Anything you could do, I could do better. I can do better than you. Anything you could do, I could do better. I can do better than you. Drop my first single, let go, he rap. You thought it was a drought, that's cap. I get the front and I get the back. Lil Uzi the facts, like that's a rack. Bought some new boots just to wear 'em out. Bought a new beamer, I run it to the ground. I used to say nothing, I bet they hear me now. Handle my business, no need to hear me out. Talking too much, say less. If it's less than a check, say less. If you can say it best, say less. I'm taking all best, say less. Talking too much, say less. If it's less than a check, say less. If you can say it best, say less. I'm taking all best, say less. I'm a one-to-one, I could never be you. Low me tools, no, I can't be fooled. Low me tools, no, I hate these dudes. I'm a one-to-one, I could never be you. Anything you could do, I could do better. I can do better than you. Anything you could do, I could do better. I can do better than you. Yeah, I could never borrow from no man. How you talking ownership and no land? I got my roll on, now I'm rolling. I drive all my cars like they're stolen. You got on and put your homies out for ransom. I got on and put my homies on the program. Girls hit me in my DM tryna link up. I leave them on wreck and get a no jam. I'm a one-to-one, I could never be you. Lil me tools, no, I can't be fooled. I'm away. I'm away. I'm a one-to-one, I could never be you. Low me tools, no, I can't be fooled. Low me tools, no, I hate these dudes. I'm a one-to-one, I could never be you. Anything you could do, I could do better. I can do better than you. Anything you could do, I could do better. I can do better than you. Drop my first single, let go, he rap. You thought it was a drought, that's cap. I get the front and I get the back. Lil Uzi the facts, like that's a rack. Bought some new boots just to wear 'em out. Bought a new beamer, I run it to the ground. I used to say nothing, I bet they hear me now. Handle my business, no need to hear me out. Talking too much, say less. If it's less than a check, say less. If you can say it best, say less. I'm taking all best, say less. Talking too much, say less. If it's less than a check, say less. If you can say it best, say less. I'm taking all best, say less. I'm a one-to-one, I could never be you. Low me tools, no, I can't be fooled. Low me tools, no, I hate these dudes. I'm a one-to-one, I could never be you. Anything you could do, I could do better. I can do better than you. Anything you could do, I could do better. I can do better than you. Yeah, I could never borrow from no man. How you talking ownership and no land? I got my roll on, now I'm rolling. I drive all my cars like they're stolen. You got on and put your homies out for ransom. I got on and put my homies on the program. Girls hit me in my DM tryna link up. I leave them on wreck and get a no jam. I'm a one-to-one, I could never be you. Lil me tools, no, I can't be fooled. I'm away. I'm away. I'm a one-to-one, I could never be you. Low me tools, no, I can't be fooled. Low me tools, no, I hate these dudes. I'm a one-to-one, I could never be you. Anything you could do, I could do better. I can do better than you. Anything you could do, I could do better. I can do better than you. Drop my first single, let go, he rap. You thought it was a drought, that's cap. I get the front and I get the back. Lil Uzi the facts, like that's a rack. Bought some new boots just to wear 'em out. Bought a new beamer, I run it to the ground. I used to say nothing, I bet they hear me now. Handle my business, no need to hear me out. Talking too much, say less. If it's less than a check, say less. If you can say it best, say less. I'm taking all best, say less. Talking too much, say less. If it's less than a check, say less. If you can say a best, say less. I'm taking all best, say less. I'm a one-to-one, I could never be you. Little me tools, no, I can't be fooled. Little me tools, no, I hate these dudes. I'm a one-to-one, I can never be you. Anything you could do, I can do better. I can do better than you. Anything you could do, I can do better. I can do better than you. Yeah, I can never borrow from no man. How you talking ownership and no land? I got my roll on, now I'm rolling. I drive all my cars like they're stolen. You got on and put your homies out for ransom. I got on and put my homies on the program. Girls hit me in my DM tryna link up. I leave them on wreck and get a no jam. I'm a one-to-one, I could never be you. Little me tools, no, I can't be fooled. I'm a one. I'm a one. I'm a one-to-one, I could never be you. Little me tools, no, I can't be fooled. Little me tools, no, I hate these dudes. I'm a one-to-one, I could never be you. Anything you could do, I can do better. I can do better than you. Anything you could do, I can do better. I can do better than you. Drop my first single like, oh, he rap. You thought it was a drought, that's cap. I get the front and I get the back. Lil Uzi the facts like that's a rat. Bought some new boots just to wear 'em out. Bought a new beamer, I run it to the ground. I used to say nothing, I bet they hear me now. Ain't no my business, no need to hear me out. Talking too much, say less. If it's less than a check, say less. If you can say it best, say less. I'm taking all best, say less. Talking too much, say less. If it's less than a check, say less. If you can say it best, say less. I'm taking all best, say less. I'm a one-to-one, I could never be you. Little me tools, no, I can't be fooled. Little me tools, no, I hate these dudes. I'm a one-to-one, I could never be you. Anything you could do, I can do better. I can do better than you. Anything you could do, I can do better. I can do better than you. Yeah, I could never borrow from no man. How you talking ownership and no land? I got my roll on, now I'm rolling. I drive all my cars like they're stolen. You got on and put your homies out for ransom. I got on and put my homies on the program. Girls hit me in my DM tryna link up. I leave them on wreck and get a no jam. I'm a one-to-one, I could never be you. Little me tools, no, I can't be fooled. I'm a one. I'm a one. I'm a one-to-one, I could never be you. Little me tools, no, I can't be fooled. Little me tools, no, I hate these dudes. I'm a one-to-one, I could never be you. Anything you could do, I can do better. I can do better than you. Anything you could do, I can do better. I can do better than you. Drop my first single like, oh, he rap. You thought it was a drought, that's cap. I get the front and I get the back. Lil Uzi the facts like that's a rat. Bought some new boots just to wear 'em out. Bought a new beamer, I run it to the ground. I used to say nothing, I bet they hear me now. Ain't no my business, no need to hear me out.
Okay, we are back. We're live here at Rockwall Ford, our last segment of the evening, brought to you by SignMart. Thank you so much to SignMart, Brandy, for everything you do for us to get our sign needs met. We appreciate them. They're located in downtown Rockwall. If you got some sign needs, they're definitely the folks to go see. So we appreciate them. We're joined by the Roy City Bulldogs. We have a few members and Coach Lancaster up here. Just can't wait to talk a little football. Of course, the Bulldogs coming off a 40-20 win as they travel to the Gopher Bowl to play Grand Prairie. Guys, thanks for joining us. Herndon, who's a tight end, did I say that correctly?
Yes, sir.
And then Mr. Weaver, who's switched some roles this year, and
Right.
I love that, and we'll talk a little bit more about that here in a little bit. But Coach, first off, thanks for coming in.
Yes, sir.
Especially on
Glad to be
short
here.
notice. Yeah, thank you. Let's start the year. Obviously, you guys, you have some turnover. Every high school team does, right? You lose some players, but that's just an opportunity for guys to step up and step into some new roles. And this team has, under this coaching staff, has just found a way to win. And it didn't matter if they were 5A, 6A. They just you just go to work, and that's exactly what this team is about. You start off the year with a win, but in your mind, just how much are you looking forward to this season?
Every week we're planning on getting better, and we knew. I mentioned to you earlier, we thought the game was a little sloppy the other night, and it was too many penalties here and there. Defensively, quite a few. I wouldn't say young kids; they're just new, maybe to a position, and so we knew some of that was going to occur, and we keep grinding every day to fix those mistakes. That's where the work comes in.
Coach Lancaster is the defensive coordinator for the Bulldogs. Coach, the learning curve that is involved, like you said, with some new players and learning these positions. Just kind of the message, that you guys were trying to get across, during the summer workouts and spring ball, leading up to this year, to make sure that you stay on those winning ways, and you guys have a tradition, and you're a prideful group, and you've earned that. So just kind of what was the message as a coaching staff?
If we had a motto, our motto is what we break out on every day, and it's just we will win. And we take pride in playing fast and being physical, and that's what we hang our hat on. And then we know we're going to make some mistakes here and there, but we're going to play fast. We're going to make up for it when we do so.
This team, as you start the year off, and obviously you said it, things to clean up, to improve each week. This as you approach these next games to kind of get ready for district play. What are you asking of the leadership from this team, like Mr. Weaver, and are you a senior?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So what are you asking? What's the coaches asking? As a leadership from the seniors?
Well, there's different types of leaders out there, and you got your vocal ones, which everybody knows who they are, and then you got yours that lead by example, and we got a little bit of mix of both on the defensive side, and we snatched Weaver over from the offense, played a lot of tight end for us last year. We went double tight with these two guys, and it got pretty nasty on some people. But we had a need at outside backer, and so he stepped up and really taken on that role. And he's a lead by example type guy. And slowly and surely, he's getting it figured out, and he's going to be a beast on the edge for us.
Yeah, no doubt.
When we get to district play.
You need it. Obviously, this is a very competitive district, as you guys know. Coach, this is your first time on the show, so before I move on to the guys, can you tell me a little bit about yourself and how long you've been in Roy City and how the defensive side of things?
Yeah, so this is my 21st year in education.
There's
coaching,
no way you're that old.
So yeah, I'm up there. I started in Roy City in 2004 and worked my way up in the ranks. From starting junior high for a couple years to freshman up to varsity. I left in 2013 and went to Rockwell Heath till 2018 and coached under Mickey Moss there and under leadership of Greg Strom, who's kind of my mentor, I guess you'd say. And and then when Greg decides to retire, I decide I need to go back to my roots.
Yeah.
My wife, she's a principal in Roy City, and I have two boys that go. My son, he's here with us. He's a sophomore.
Okay.
Plays football with us too, and that's where I need to be.
Yeah.
And it was my time to be a DC, I guess you could say. And so Coach Petrov liked who I was and how I did things, and he blessed me with that opportunity. So
congratulations. I mean, on everything you've accomplished so far, and it's a really fun squad to watch, and it's been a joy to watch over the past few years to watch the Bulldogs do their thing. Especially looking at the task that a lot of these guys had last year, right? I mean, 6A, what are they going to do? And well, they did some work, and so it was fun to watch. Let's move over to a couple of the players, and we'll start with Mr. Weaver, and then we'll work our way back down. But you as Coach was talking about, they had a need on the defensive side of the ball, and they've asked you to step over. I want to ask you about your what the type of player you are, and just selflessness, really. I mean, because you talk about it was what the team needed, and how much you've enjoyed making that transition.
Well, I'm more of a team player, so whoever they need, I'll be there. I want to be the player out there to go out there and whatever coach wants, I'll do. I want to hit someone. That's why I want to go defense, tackle someone, and just do what the team needs and be there for them.
Always a physical player, and so it kind of makes sense. You get to take out some of that aggression on,
Yes,
on
sir.
some of the guys trying to score on you guys. Um, your thoughts on this team as you're in a senior leadership position. Just trying to carry on the legacy that's being built at Roy City. What do you take it upon yourself to try and teach the younger classmen?
Well, we just want to set by example, and when we go to practice, do it 100% every day. Play our games, be disciplined, and we want to go to playoffs every year, and further we want. So we just got to keep our discipline and our mindset to focus on however we want our season to go, and we'll do that.
When you talk about the district and everything else, but what is it in your mind that this team is trying to accomplish in these first few weeks leading up to district?
Mainly, we just need to work, like I said, our discipline. We need to be more disciplined in ourselves, control our penalties, and the more discipline we have, we can't get no more penalties, back us up some steps. And when it comes to district, we can't have none of that because these teams are better, and the bigger and better they are, the more disciplined we have to be, and we can't have no mistakes.
Yeah, we're talking with the varsity squad, the Roy City Bulldogs, Coach Lancaster, Mr. Weaver, and Herndon. Herndon. Gosh, man, that's just the story of my life. I just chop up names. Lastly, just with all the transition going on at Roy City and the bonds and all the new stuff being built, how excited, how fun is it to be a Bulldog right now?
Oh, I can't even explain. Looking up in the stadium's a lot bigger, more people are going to be in the crowd. Just something you've always experienced as a kid. So when you go out there Friday Night Lights and you see that, you just want to go out there and win.
Yeah, it's just a fun place. Coach, you kind of touched on it a little bit, but I want to give you a chance to talk about Mr. Weaver a little bit more and just kind of, you asked him to come over, but how excited about what you're seeing, once you asked him to come over.
Oh, he's a yes sir, no sir kid, and he's very coachable, and that's what I like about him the most. And I just told him yesterday. I said, you know what, you're going to make mistakes. I'm going to yell at you, all right, but it's going to happen no matter what level you get to. You're going to make a mistake. Just learn from it, and let's keep fighting. Let's keep rolling, and just give me 100% of what you got. And we're super excited about it.
Yep. And once again, I lost some video. We have audio, so the people are still listening, but let me switch that really quickly. I apologize, people. I'm having serious battery problems. This is the third time in about 3 weeks that I've lost, and 2 times today that I've lost video because of battery situation. I need to figure out what's going on. We've got some bad batteries. So, yeah, Coach, it's got to be exciting to see, and it's got to be a welcome addition to the defense. And I know how excited you must be. I've enjoyed watching him play on the other side, and I can't wait this Friday night to see it in action. We'll be doing a pregame and halftime show for the game this Friday night at Roy City. So I'm pumped up about it, and I can't wait to get it done. Okay, let's move on to the tight end, Mr. Herndon.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
That's right.
Sorry, we'll get it right this time. You lose him on as another weapon, but you guys you've got plenty of weapons on this offense, and it's obviously the tight end such a important position, especially in the run game, pass game, different things like that. Just your role on this team, and how much you're enjoying this year.
Oh, I'm loving it this year. Yeah, like you said, I just do my part, do my best, and hopefully we come with the win at the end.
Yeah, and that's what it's about. You just do your part, keep your head down, and keep rolling. This offense, it looks a little bit different
Yes,
because
sir.
you've got somebody new at the quarterback position, but the O line is big and they're nasty. Just when you get to line up on the offensive line, that guy, and you know it's a run play. Just how much fun is it to be part of this offensive line?
Oh, it's fun. Every time I look to my right, to my left, someone's on the ground. That's the best part about it.
Yeah, they're nice guys, no doubt. But how intense is it on the field with your offensive linemen?
They're usually pretty quiet, but they're pretty intense. They get it down and dirty.
Yeah, no doubt. We're talking with the varsity members of the Roy City. But what is that? Is that
Pouring
that's
the
the kind
syrup.
of okay? Oh yes, plenty of pancakes out there. Plenty of pancakes. IHOP. We need some sponsorships, and we can get some offensive linemen on here, and we talk about pancakes. Okay, so obviously with your role in the passing game and things like that, and you got a new quarterback. What's the learning curve there with just trying to get comfortable with a quarterback? For those that haven't played out there.
Yes, sir. I think you just got to build that trust with the quarterback, and I think our quarterback has really developed his game. He wasn't as good as he was last year, but he's really developed. I think he's doing really good this season.
Yeah, and I mean that's junior, right? This
Yes.
year, yeah, Oliver. So yeah, I mean obviously there's some learning there, and it goes a long way. Your thought on the season as far as not really the wins and losses because we only got one game, but just kind of leading up to it. How intense and how much fun was the summer workouts and things like that.
Oh, it's something I'll never forget in life. You won't get anything like it. Nothing else experience like that.
And you personally, just kind of your role as a leader on this team, how much you embracing that leadership role.
I'm loving it. I'm more like a joking kind of guy. So me and Weaver kind of make the jokes on the team, but I think people like us on the team.
Going against him in practice, how competitive is that? How much do you enjoy that?
We always have to be competitive because whoever loses, we make fun of. So I always love going against them.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's like it's coach. You gotta say you want some really good guys on the other side to test out your defense. But when you see a young man like this in the tight end position on the other side, how difficult is it? How much fun is it?
Well, Coach Oliver and I, our offensive coordinator, were just talking about it. We're going to pass all a lot, and we're seeing some of the top receivers in the district that we get to line up and try to defend every single day. And so having that competition right there is just going to make you better either way.
You're right. Right.
And we got a few guys that can seatbelt them up too here and there.
Yeah.
So.
Well, gentlemen, thanks for the time. I'm excited to watch you guys work and see what the Bulldogs have in store for 2023. Watch you guys grow through the season and really make a push to make a statement in District 10 6A. So it's going to be fun to watch. Good luck this week at the Colony.
Sir.
At the Colony at home. So like I said, game day will be there. We'll have a pregame show, a halftime show, and then obviously some post-game interviews and things like that to go along with it. So, Coach, great to have you on the show for the first time.
Appreciate it.
Mr. Hirdon, did I say that? Herndon. Your first time on the show.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so thank you for coming. Not your first time on the show.
First time.
Is it? We didn't have you on last year?
My sister.
Oh, okay, yes. Well, there was a Weaver. On. So, good luck to you guys. Thanks for coming on. We'll talk again during the season, and I look forward to chatting with you guys Friday night. Okay.
Yes, sir.
That's gonna do it for us. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Of course, thank you to M&D Real Estate, who is a new sponsor of ours. We announced that tonight. Supporters of the Jackson Smith and Jigbo Award. They're going to be the presenting sponsor. Of course, the first ever winner of the Jackson Smith and Jigbo Award came from Roy City, Mr. Sam Mitchum, who I owe a message. He messaged me. I've got a football that's his trophy. We have a big trophy that stays, but he actually has a custom football, and I was trying to get it signed by Jackson before I send it to him. So I know he's waiting for that
Yeah.
to get to him. So anyway, that's going to do it for us. We will see you guys throughout the week. We got a jam-packed schedule with volleyball this week, leading up to football on Friday night. So you guys have a good one. Be safe, and we will see you on game day. Have a good night. Thank you.